Hello and welcome to Sea Friendly Reef and to a new video on my little channel. Today, as you can see, we are not at home because we are at the Plankton Plus Aquaristic store. Nice Reef Relax video. Yo, Flo.
Was geht?
Today I want to show you 5 animals you can use in a beginner tank. When you start with this hobby, you often have no idea what kind of animal you can keep in your reef tank. Of course, it is always best if you have a specialized dealer at your side who can advise you. Today I will show you 5 ideas for animals which in my opinion can be easily integrated into a saltwater aquarium from about 200 liters. And the first animal is not as boring as you might think. The Mexican turbo snail. A clear advantage of keeping these snails is that they eat almost any kind of algae in the aquarium. They are also very resilient, and especially in the beginning, when your water values might not be the best yet, they are relatively insensitive. My tip number 2 is the clownfish. Who would have thought that? I think it is great that these animals are already available as offspring in many shapes and sizes. So no animal have to be caught from the ocean and you can care for this great fish at home. Of course, it is always best to offer as many hiding places as possible. The most appropriate is 1 or more anemones, so that the animals feel really well. My third recommendation belongs, like the Mexican turbo snail, to the cleaning crew of your tank as well. Hermit crabs. They ensure that algae cannot spread drastically and are funny little guys in your tanks. But watch out, they can completely mess up the frags and decoration, so only put these animals in your aquarium if your corals are fixed well. My tip number 4 are guppies, like this fire guppy here. There are a lot of different species, all of which are well suited for a beginner tank. Some of them will keep your sand looking fresh and they filter it through their gills. Also, most of them are very resilient. Just make sure that your aquariums are well covered. Guppies like to jump up the edges of tanks and can land on the floor where they die. My tip number 5 is also a fish, cardinal fish. There are several species here as well, and most of them are very resilient and be kept well in aquariums of about 200 to 250 liters and more. What I like most about these animals is the fact that you can easily breed them. There is almost nothing better in this hobby than to eventually discover small baby fish in your tanks. Cardinal fish are mouth breeders. I hope you get some information from this video. Thanks a lot to Flo for inviting me to his new store, and thanks to you for listening, and see you next week.